In 1978, he scared you with Halloween. In 1983, he terrorized you with Christine. Now, John Carpenter brings you the best film of his career. A new book by the world's best-selling author is driving people insane. John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness.
I'm not insane!
Rated R.
Good evening. Welcome back. I hope for tonight you're sitting down, because I'm going to take us on one of the craziest trips I've ever had. I'm going to bare my soul with you for a minute. When that synthesizer strikes up the first progression to 1994's cult classic In the Mouth of Madness, buddy, all bets are off. As that guitar snakes through the first progression and the first few pages are flying off the press, watching this crispy classic from Arrow Video for the first time on 4K UHD, buddy, let me tell you, I was smitten. To understand the importance of this film and my story with it means I have to take you back in time. I have to take you on a journey that most dared not to take. Back to a time of being a snot-nosed punk who would do anything and try anything to enhance my thoughts, my feelings, and my emotions. And I've debated greatly on whether or not I wanted to share this story as your humble narrator. Not for fear of judgment, or the stigma of shame or remorse, regret that often comes when you relive days of careless youth. I'm not worried about that. Things like these, experiences like these, make you a better person, I think. They give you something to look back on. They're a measuring stick on how you choose to live your life today. No, I show pause to give respect to one of the craziest nights of my life when anything and everything was on the table out of respect for the people that were there, because crimes happened. It was a crazy evening. It was one of the craziest evenings that I've had as far as like a group of friends ever. Sometimes this includes shotgunning beers, handles of Seagram 7, expanding your mind with substances, not for the faint of heart, and definitely not for those that would be seen as anything but a fool's errand, if only it wasn't to me. Let me try to set the scene for you and try to scrape off some of the mucus in my brain and see if I can do a little devil's dance justice. In the beginning, there was 3. It was the dog days of summer in 2004 where our story takes place. I just returned home from a 6-hour space cruise to our brothers and sisters up north in Seattle, Washington, back to the hellhole I've been chained to in Pendleton, Oregon. My 3 bandmates in a random party crasher, Everett from Everett, a guy that I'd just barely known from work, a guy that is going to be a pivotal member in the rest of this story, a guy that played things by the book, a guy that, technically, I barely knew the motherfucker, but he decided to crash my party. And for better or for worse, I've got this story out of it. My 3 bandmates in a random party crasher, Everett from Everett, that's going to be an important name and a pivotal character in the rest of this story. We were looking for something to take our minds off the world, if only for an hour or two. Booze and hard liquor had failed, so it was time to push the boundaries of time and space and cue up something different. Seated, or should I say even sunken, into the 3 couches were the 3 brave souls who decided to take more than their share and insert John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness into the 70-inch Philips hand-me-down projection TV and DVD player. And then we waited. If you ventured into the great unknown, you can feel paranoia like an assassin ready to stamp out your hopes and dreams. All things that give you semblance and morality on this mortal coil are in limbo and up for grabs. Then a random knock on the door. Who in the hell would be coming to our house right now? It's the middle of the night. Open the door, and it's Everett from Everett. Everett from Everett was a 40-year-old who really played things by the book. He followed the rules as far as I'd known. I forgot that I'd even mentioned this party where we're going to watch this film. He smoked Marlboro Reds, and he drank Busch Lattes by the gallon. He did everything by the book. That's going to be important because he didn't even want to do anything that could get him into trouble. Okay, he was 40 something. I was 19. He didn't enjoy scary movies. His occupation involved pumping gas at the local Arco and drinking Dr. Pepper by the gallon. He was, let's just call him, high strung. If you can think of a truck driver mixed with Ric Flair, that's what I invited into my living room. Just stomping around, just craziness. Okay, craziness. And then we waited. In the Mouth of Madness proceeds to start playing over the screen. Flashbacks, dreams. Earlier, he had purchased something from this local dispensary, okay, and he had purchased something that was 100x concentrated, something called and his hands were getting itchy to see what the fuss was all about. He had never used anything like that, and from the sounds that came out of Everett after he first tried it from this gravity water filtration device that we had in the middle of the room.
Dude, let me tell you something. I unleashed a demon
into my household. This guy came up for air and lost his ever-loving mind. 100%. The sounds that came out of Everett from Everett as this film were just starting to peak and starting to crescendo. This would have stopped anybody dead in their tracks. They would have wanted this wounded animal out of their household. He was losing his grasp on reality. He had detached himself from the world. It was scary. He was not prepared for what was about to happen. And to that day, he was, I swear to God, he was bargaining with himself like he was going to meet his maker. I was reassuring him, like, Everett from Everett, you are very much alive, good sir. You are going to be okay. We needed to keep this motherfucker's feet on the ground. He was erupting in screams that sounded like, I said, a wounded animal, but really it was simply someone who just lost complete control of all of their faculties, their ability to reason, their ability to know that tomorrow's promised. All of that changed. This was no longer fun. Something had changed. The movie played on. I became more paranoid, more aware of my situation. I wanted Everett from Everett out of my house immediately. I didn't know what to do. He was a big dude, and he was dancing around like fucking Ric Flair at the fucking Bash at the Beach, okay? NWO style. It was a problem. I didn't know what to do. Right then and there, this movie felt real. This movie felt like a dream within a dream. I was very much alive, and I needed to get my 2 feet back on earth and get this man out of my house. For some reason, he decided that he had left his cigarettes across the street at the park. I quickly got up. My other bandmates, one of them went downstairs in the basement. The other one was glued to the couch, not really speaking or saying anything. I locked the door, and I was like, dude, what in the fuck did we get in? What is going on? What's happening? I don't know this guy. I'm sorry for bringing him here. I didn't think he would show up. Okay, I was just trying to do the right thing. Things calmed down. The movie went on. This movie must have lasted 4 hours. Okay, this was the DVD right here. This is my copy. This movie lasted forever. And I didn't know what to do. It felt like an eternity. All of a sudden, there was another knock at the door. Everett had forgotten his backpack and some shit on the floor. I let him back in. He proceeded to just scream and like hit the walls and look for empty beers. There was nothing left for him. I was trying to calm this party down. There must have been 6 hours left of In the Mouth of Madness. I was losing my fucking shit. Everett decided because we couldn't help him get cigarettes, we couldn't help him with his backpack, there was no girls at the house, that he was not a real person. He needed to go find someone that could get him cigarettes. We lived next to like this kind of mental health facility on the corner of this hill. It was summertime. It was hot. There was a lot of people out. It was still late, and he proceeded to get himself, look, I'll just say it. He committed, I don't know what he did to those females, but I know that he wanted to get cigarettes. He told me he wanted to go home, which was Everett, Washington, which was like 9 hours away. And he got himself arrested somehow. I don't know all the details. I'm not going to share them, but it did not end up being a very good story. Now, it's tattooed into my brain. I'll never forget that story. And I've always loved In the Mouth of Madness. That's why I chose it for this adventure. Everett from Everett somehow made it back to Everett because he never showed up for work. But he did come to pick up a paycheck like a month later and said, do you want to go watch A Perfect Circle at the Tacoma Dome? And I was like, nah, dog. I'm good. Now listen, we've got In the Mouth of Madness on every single format that I have. So besides Laserdisc, and I don't know, actually, it probably came out. I probably need to get that. We got the VHS here. This is my Hollywood video release that I picked up probably like, I don't know, 99, 2000, something like that. They used to sell their used movies, so I bought this. I use this forever. Check out that sticker, man. In the Mouth of Madness. Then I got the DVD. Rock this DVD forever and ever. Bought this from a Hastings video. This was my go-to. Then Scream Factory came along a few years back and put out the collector's edition In the Mouth of Madness. That is a great version. This is a 2K scan. One of the best ways to watch this movie that I thought until yesterday when I got this in the mail. Arrow Video's 4K title, In the Mouth of Madness. Dude! Let me tell you something right now. If you've sat with me for 9 minutes of that story, that hell, get me on a podcast and ask me what actually happened. Maybe I can be a little more candid. I'm telling you, man, it was a vibe. This movie right here could be 4K of the year. Could be release of the year. If not for one thing, I'm not going to fucking give you a bunch of foreplay and make you wait. The audio. That's it. The image quality, I think, is a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10. I didn't change anything. Actually, I went through my settings to make sure my natural mode or my movie kind of mode wasn't too dark, and everything that I did to this release just made it look better. This release visually, dude, is a 10. My only issue with this film is the audio is a little bit flat with the DTS HD. I still have a great system, and the system still makes the movie sound big and full. It slaps. The movie has a lot of weight to it. I think this movie is very scary. I think this is the scariest film in John Carpenter's filmography, period. Next to maybe Prince of Darkness, I don't know if Carpenter gets scare for scare better than In the Mouth of Madness. This has fake outs. This has dream situations. This has all dream within a dream. This has got the color blue. This has got crosses. This has got paganism. It's got Satanism. It's got cosmic horror. It's Lovecraftian. It's at the mountains of madness that Sutter Cane brings you, the viewer, into hell. In the Mouth of Madness is a perfect film. Start to finish. Music, perfect. Setting, scope, writing, direction, chef's kiss. It doesn't get fucking better. Now, all I wanted from this film was a Dolby Atmos track. It's not my fault. That's just what I wanted from him. That's what's keeping this release a 9 out of 10. It looks so fucking good. It just does. I've watched it twice. I watched the first part last night, about an hour and 20 minutes. I started falling asleep, like, if you know what I'm talking about, towards the end. I'm a little bit past the bus ride. Got home from work, immediately fired it up. Dude, it's even better the next day. It's one of my favorite movies. It's in my top 10, and I think that this release is absolutely a must-own for horror fans, period. It's that good. It just is. There is this amount of grain in this movie that somehow moves through the shots. This was filmed, like, John loved those big Panavision. John filmed with real fucking film. This is a really well-made movie. I'm passionate about this fucking movie. It's part of my brain. It's part of my stigma, if you will. It's so important to me. And there's this amount of grain, like I said, that is, it's kind of pressed into the image, but it's not blurry. Like, it still moves with the movie. Arrow did a fantastic job restoring this. This is the best this movie has ever looked. And I've seen this movie an unbelievable amount of times, in unbelievable situations, in unbelievably chaotic locations. Okay. And this movie is never going to look better. You want to see what's inside, so you get the 4K. Now, the thing, so I'm saying a half a point for no Dolby Atmos, if I didn't give you my rating. 9 out of 10, or 8 out of 10, or 9 out of 10, I'm sorry, for the visual. I'm excited. You lose a half a point right off the top because this does not come with a Blu-ray. So if you're not a 4K person, you don't get to experience this film in all of its majesty. You don't get that Blu-ray scan of the 4K. And that's unfortunate for people that don't have a 4K player. But, so that's a half a point. And then the fucking audio, the DTS. This needed a 7.1 Dolby Atmos. It needed a big punchy mix. Not the end of the world. I'm still saying it's the best release of the year for me from Arrow Video. There's a few months left. Let's see what's inside the box. First of all, you get a slip over a chunky box. They don't do that very often. They knew this movie needed like a book, like a paperback novel to pull down. Okay, they did that with Zombie 2 or Flesh Eaters. So Zombie 2 as well. That actually kind of worked. That's interesting. So In the Mouth of Madness, it smells like Saturday morning coffee and wood shavings. It smells so fucking good. Okay, so you pull this out and you got a poster with the new artwork. I don't love the new artwork. Give me anything from the original poster. I would have been very, very happy, but that's okay. Everybody's different. I'm not going to fault them on that. Here's this massive poster that you get. On the backside, you're looking at the Sutter Cane novel. Piece it together, people. Have you ever been to Hobbs End? You want to know where it's at? You're gonna have a bad time. I fucking guarantee it, dude. I love this movie. So you get this amazing poster, full-size poster, and then you get the book. This book has some killer fucking images in it, man. Sam Neill acts his fucking ass off, dude. I love everything about this film. The dude playing Sutter Cane, crushing dude. How many pages is this book? It's like 60, man. In the Mouth of Madness, great fucking movie. First of all, that's the most important thing. But the release is fucking killer. I can't fucking recommend it enough. If you guys want to check this thing out, this doesn't come out until October 28th. However, it is in stock right now from Valoria Video. And if you use my code Beyond the Grave 10, you're going to get 10% off. Check it out. Valoria Video. Guys, thanks for letting me bare my soul a little bit. Do all those things stupid YouTubers tell you about liking and commenting and subscribing for the algorithm. Whatever. Who gives a shit, right? I love you. Can't wait to see you again. Until next time, take care.